What's up, YouTube? Today I'm in my garden. I wanted to show you guys my sweet tomato plants, how they're coming out. Pretty sweet. This is Douglas. And this one's Henry. For those who've been keeping up. And this is Peanut. This is how Peanut's doing. I don't know why this one's coming out so small. Oh no, it's Pea Shoot actually. Peanut's sitting next to him. It's Pea Shoot. I don't know why he came out so small. It's a nice breeze. It's cold out though. So I'm making this video today to talk about why everyone should be learning how to grow their own food. Look, I know not everyone's able to grow their own food, you know, but really we are. We just got to find measures of doing so. So initially you may think you're not able to do so because maybe you're living in an apartment, or you know, you just don't think you have a place to do it, but you find a place to do it. Your garden or your farm or whatever doesn't need to be where you live. It just, you know, is something that you do, right? So I started gardening this year, really, and I'm not a professional by any means. I'm learning how to grow all sorts of different food. These are some limes. How my limes are doing. And those, I guess, because they budded before it got cold, they stuck around. They're really getting big, and I'm hoping that I can leave them on there. I think I'm just gonna leave them on there until it looks like it just doesn't, or is not gonna be able to support the weight of the limes, right? Like I can't do much past that, so something for me to do. So these are my mum flowers, and the mum flowers are pretty sweet. So I got these for free actually. Someone had left them inside. It looks like it might have needed water. Look at that. Somebody had left them inside some carts at Walmart. And I kind of didn't understand why. I was just like, these people just like left them here, and maybe they had forgotten them, not sure, but they died, and I was able to restore them. The way I was able to do that was I took off all of the dead vegetation, and then I just kept watering it, made sure it got sun, and they came back to life. So I don't know who left these at Walmart, but you just know that you can revive these kind of flowers. You don't have to throw them out or feel like, you know, they're hopeless. They're not whatsoever. These are some white ones. And a friend of mine told me they're called mum flowers. I don't really know if that's really the name of it. I have never confirmed it, honestly. Couldn't tell you how much they were. They were $16 each. The price tag was still on them when I found them. And how long it took to revive them. It took, I want to say, like about 2 to 3 months to get them to look like this. And they're gonna continue flowering. There's tons of little buds of flowers everywhere, so they're gonna continue to flower. However, that's enough about the mum flowers, right? So I have my desperately in need of water guava tree, so you got to keep these guys moist pretty often. I'll take a clip of it later in the day when it's more sprung up. I just gave it some water, but I'm sure it will spring up because of that. It's interesting. This is like the most interesting plant I have, I feel like, because it's like it shows me very well that it's like, hey, I'm like thirsty, you know. So this is my lime tree. It had a lot of flowers on it up until recently. I'm not sure if they're going to bud because of how cold it is right now. I don't think so, to be honest with you, because it's getting cold at night, so I'm guessing it's getting into like the 40s, and I'm pretty sure that's like the hardy temperature for this guy, but this is a Murray lemon. Maybe it can drop maybe colder than that. I don't know if it's actually going to bud. Maybe it won't give me as much fruit. I heard you have to bring these in during the cold, but we don't get frost down here in Florida. So this is my grapevine. So I don't have much to say about this guy. I actually did buy this guy, but I repotted him. He did grow a little bit, but I have no idea what kind of grapevine it is. And well, yeah, I'm just pretty much just trying to keep it alive. I don't know if I need to give it more vitamins to see, or like more fertilizer to see if it's going to sprout. And then the one that's next to it is a blueberry. So keep in mind, all of these plants are less than 1 year old. So pretty cool. Hopefully they get to the 1 year mark, none of them die. But anyway, this is my blueberry. This is my first little flower from the blueberry. I want to see it grow more flowers. I don't know if it will. We'll see though, right? And I do have a new stalk growing down here. I thought that was pretty sweet, but the strange thing to me is that the leaves are coming out kind of brown, so it might end up being short or grow out in a different direction. I'm trying to get it to grow up like straight, because originally it looks like it started growing out like this, and I'm assuming that's because of where it was, and the sun and all that. So these are some petunias. I messed these petunias up when we first got them, and that's why they look like this. We did have a flower sprout from the tallest stalk there, but it is not like the prettiest thing so far, and it's because of my own mistake, to be honest with you. So this is my cilantro, and this guy I obviously store bought. I bought one of them, see how much it would give me. It gave me a pretty good amount of cilantro in the beginning. I thought that was pretty sweet. This is also cilantro. This is actually from this stalk, the larger stalk. And what happened is that this stalk was growing really tall. It was actually up here, and I snipped it in half and I propagated the stalk here. And this is the first time I ever propagated a plant, and it worked for me this time, which is sick. I only did it like 3 or 4 times before, never worked. This worked, so that's pretty cool. I have a ton of cilantro seeds. I am going to grow a bunch of cilantro at some point. My goal with growing the food is to just be able to feed my family from it. So that may sound crazy, but I don't see it to be crazy at all. It's a fun hobby. I don't spend tons of time doing it. I'm teaching my kids how to do it, and it's, you know, pretty easy. I mean, like, oh, I didn't talk about my peppers, man. So yeah, man, like, I honestly believe everybody should be learning how to grow their own food. It's so important. It's one of those things that, like, whether or not the world is like falling apart and the economy isn't good, you know, you can always grow food and, you know, secure food for your family. Like, so I am also going to be doing potatoes, but everything is in pots. You may have noticed that is on purpose. I'm doing that because I currently rent where I stay. And because I currently rent here, I didn't want to put anything in the ground. So that's not like the greatest thing I had to do, but to be honest with you, it's not that bad. I am going to be able to grow potatoes inside of containers. I am going to be able to grow, carrots, onions, and pretty much, what you would find inside your fridge for the most part. And I'm not saying I'm going to have a whole farm here. I'm just saying I'm going to grow enough food for my family so that we don't have to go and depend on the grocery store for our tomatoes or for our onions or for any of that. So grow as much of the produce aisle as I can possibly do. And then not only will hopefully that make us healthier because we have a lot of healthier food that we can eat, but it saves us a lot of money on our grocery bill. We'll probably be able to sell some of it because I'll probably end up growing more than I need. And I think that, the main reason I say people should grow their own food is mostly because during hard times, you can at least secure food for your family. Whether you lose your job or not, it doesn't matter because you have food constantly growing. You have a food source growing. If you don't know how to grow food, you should just start now. Like, there's no reason to think that you need to have like an entire farm of food, but like, hey, wouldn't it be nice to save some money on your onions or tomatoes or potatoes? Oh look, the ibises are fighting over here. Neighbor puts food out for them, and they kind of get on each other's nerves. So yeah,